It's Motorcycle Madhouse on Spotify and iTunes Radio.
And how you guys doing? Welcome to today's show, Motorcycle Madhouse Biker News. You all know who I am, so if you haven't been following me, I'm the jerk. No, I'm just kidding, man. They'd call me a lot worse, I'm telling you. Today, we got an awesome show for you, like always, but I am in a very good mood today, and you'll know why in a little bit, man, but I can give you a little hint. There has been a management change finally at Harley-Davidson. I've been crying and whining about this for freaking, oh my god, at least the last year. Yes, there's big management changes. And also, another great note for the Jarheads, there is a lawsuit that was able to be moved forward against the trucking company that hired who shall not be named. I do not mention the guy's name who killed 7 motorcyclists last year. Unreal, but you know what? It's good news. And then we're also going to get into a really good story about the situation that went down with the Vagos. He says how his life was saved by all this. As everybody knows, I was a big supporter of this Vagos case. It came out where they were acquitted on all charges. Just so fantastic news. And, and I forgot to mention NCOM with that, National Confederation of Motorcycle Clubs. They do a lot of work behind the scenes that you guys don't actually get to see. So also, don't forget to go over to my other channel and subscribe over on YouTube. I'll put the link in the description box. As you know, this is our biker news channel. This is strictly biker news. The other channel, you're going to get my actual opinions on a lot of things that are going on. See, many people, when I do the biker news, since I got such a vast audience with such a vast subset of people, that I have to keep, how can I say it? I got to keep my personal opinions within the realm of news stories. I got to give both sides of the story. That means I got to play devil advocate a lot, big time. And that has, let's just say, pissed on some Wheaties, man. But my other channel is my true thoughts on everything. If you guys seen a lot of the earlier stuff I did, you can see what my thinking was. But now that I do the biker news, I got to keep it within the guidelines of what we set up with Insane Throttle. Now, if you want to see the guidelines of how we have to work our stuff, I'll put the link in the section below. That way you can see our policies and stuff, because it's a whole different ball game when you get registered as a publishing company. A lot of rules that you have to follow. And there's a lot of FCC crap too. Oh my God. If you would guys see the FCC crap that you got to stay within, since, we got published as a publisher, let's just put it that way. So don't forget to go on that channel. I'm a little more freewheeling over there, and I do a lot of biker stuff over there, and I also give my opinions on other stuff going on. So, I keep it real over on that channel. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. It helps us out and keeps the news flowing. Got big announcements coming on later on the week. You're going to want to see that. And by the way, this is, the episode for 3/2 of 2020, the news. I think it's actually better that we're giving the dates, because people need to know the dates about that. And one final thing before we get into the news. A lot of people ask us how everything works with HarleyLiberty.com. That is an RSS feed pull from a lot of the news wires all over the country. I personally don't go around searching for stories to put on there. It's automatically fed into the site, so hopefully that answers the question. But let's go to our first story. Good news, man. You know what? Great news, and then we'll get into the Vagos story. First up, I do want to put this out there. May 8th through May 9th, you got the 2020 NCOM convention in Indianapolis. It's going to be at it's the Crossroads of America, man. Midwest, baby, Midwest. It's the 35th annual. It's going to be in Indianapolis, May 8th through the 9th. The hotel information and booking is Marriott Indianapolis East 7202 East 21st Street, Indianapolis, Indiana. The phone number is 317-352-1231. They got it at $129 a night, I believe. You'd probably get a cheaper hotel. Just stay away from the Fleabag Bates Motel stuff, man. There's a download registration form. Put the link in the bottom, or you to pay online with PayPal. The convention and banquet's $85. Convention, that's the beef dinner, then chicken, vegetarian, or the convention registration only is $50. You can see this on onabike.com/event/2020 NCOM convention. I'll just put it down in the description box for you guys to take a look. Okay, here's something that I was talking about. Good news, good news. Let's get rid of that. Lawsuit against truck company and bike and crash that killed 7 bikers can move forward. We got a lot of news coming off of the Biker Dad's website at News WKRG. Again, that is Chris Best. I really believe in his reporting. He is real positive on the scene, and I know this is a case that he's been following. This one actually is by CNN. Oh my God, they actually get something right. But this is where Chris Best works. And it starts off a lawsuit against the Massachusetts transportation company that employed a man involved in a fatal motorcycle crash in Randolph will be going forward. That is awesome. You know what? The pain that community went through, that club, the family, the friends. My God, it's awesome. And this guy is actually still going through court. He'll probably cop a plea deal, but hopefully he gets life. But a Stratford County Superior Judge rejected their arguments. Wait a sec. Oh, okay. They rejected the Westfield transportation arguments. I'm going to say, what the hell's going on here? Did it just change on me? The lawsuit is being brought by a woman who lost her partner, Albert Monza, in the June 21st, 2019 crash. Mary Lou Welch was following in a vehicle behind the riders. She said she heard a big explosion and saw bikes all over the road. Man, I just cannot imagine with the guys that survived the crash and the trail vehicles, how they must oh my God. The lawsuit is seeking damages for emotional distress, and boy, I can tell you, they deserve every penny they get. Now, they're probably going after the insurance company. Hopefully, this company had an insurance company, because a lot of these fly-by-night truck companies, they got the bare minimum for insurance, or they don't got any at all, man. It just depends, A lot of these foreign nationals that come here from different countries, mostly the European bloc, they do everything at the minimum, or they don't do it at all. And that's one of the big things that are in the trucking company that's having problems in that industry, is you're getting all these, people that will work for peanuts because they think they're, making big money compared to where they came from. And that's what's been driving down salaries for truckers forever. They're still at the same level as 1979 at least, man. So this is good to hear. And again, it goes on. I won't mention this guy's name. An employee of Westfield Transport at the time has been charged with 7 counts of negligent homicide and pleaded not guilty in the case. Yeah, you're trying to work out a deal. In seeking to dismiss the lawsuit, the lawyer for the company said in part, quote, "It is not reasonable that Westfield's hearing or hiring and employment of, proximity caused the collision from which her purported emotional injury flows." Yeah, right. You know what? Oh, okay. In rejecting the argument, the judge, rightly so, noted long history of motor vehicle violations, including 2 arrests on charges of drunken driving. That company, all they had to do was pull this guy's DAC report, and it would have been on there, pull his licensing, all this stuff would have been on there, and they didn't need to hire the dude. They chose to. Quote, "Westfield either knew or should have known about," yep, that dude, "dangerous history behind the wheel." The judge ruled, adding that the purported negligence in hiring him was the proximate cause of the collision. Very much agree. So you can see where this judge is headed. Skip a jury trial, man. Stick with the judge. Stick with the judge. That's what I'm saying. But hopefully they're going to come to an agreement with liability and stuff. But if I was them, I'd go all the way, because that jury is going to just knock them, man. You're looking at millions in this case if you play it right. Of course, I'm not a lawyer. I'd keep on going because you're going to have a lot of sympathy for, if they do go jury. The trucking company also claimed that a New Hampshire Supreme Court decision limiting liability to bystanders who suffer emotional harm applies in the case, but the judge called the misreading of that decision. The judge ruled the person bringing the lawsuit does not have to actually witness the accident happen, but rather be close enough to hear it happen and see its immediate aftermath. That is just beautiful. Beautiful. So that is very, very good news. Let's go to Biker Dad again. Man, this is awesome. I've been complaining for the last year about this. Harley-Davidson CEO to leave the struggling motorcycle maker. And this is off the Associated Press wire. Harley-Davidson CEO Matthew Levitovich is leaving the struggling motorcycle maker. Give it a hand. The Milwaukee company announced Friday that Levitovich will leave his post and seat on Harley's board of directors. They're saying that Jashin Ziltz will become acting president and CEO while a search committee is formed and Harley hires an outside search firm to fill the job. Now, a couple things that I recommend for him is they actually get people that's within the lifestyle, that actually rides, that actually cares about their customer, and actually starts taking the company in a direction that's gonna grab, the minorities like women, blacks, Hispanics, into the lifestyle, and especially the next generational rider. They're kind of doing it too late, if you ask me. They're finally getting different models out, and that's one thing I always complained about was, every year it was the same stuff: Softails, Sportsters, Glides. They never got outside that box because they were always catering to the baby boomers, but now the baby boomers are, they're boomers. I call them boomers, okay, guys? Don't give me hell on that one. That's just how I call them. But anyway, they waited too late to get new blood in there. So hopefully that's going to be addressing the market. Harley has been struggling with decline in sales in the U.S. No, its biggest market as it tries to adapt to an aging customer base. I just talked about that. The announcement of the leadership change made after the market's close pushed Harley shares up 5% in after-hours trading. Well, that just shows you the investors weren't too happy. They had following 2.3% with broader markets during the trading day. Harley's closing price was down 18% for the year, and they reported a net profit of only $423.6 million in 2019, but it only made $13.5 million in the fourth quarter. I know that the fourth quarter is usually a slow time for manufacturers, but not that slow. My God. Damn. let's talk about this. This is a real sad thing that has happened. A Patriot Guard Rider was killed escorting body of the last surviving sailor of the USS Arizona. Man, you know, we lost us a rider, but we lost us history. There's a lot of vets that from World War II, they're getting at the end of their lives. That's why it's so important for you to extend your hand, shake their hand, and sit down with them. The history these guys can tell you. Every chance I get to sit down with them, my God, I'm just sitting there, you know, like a kid in a candy store because I'm a history buff. And the things that they'll tell you, my God, was it such a different time period, and men were men back then, and these guys fought off. If it wasn't for them, man, you'd be speaking Japanese and German right now. It was them boys that stopped all that evil from coming here to the United States. Yeah, you got to sit down with them. The Kansas City Highway Patrol reported, and this is by Chris, Lenny Riddell, 65, was riding a motorcycle east on I-70 at 7 p.m. on Saturday. Gove County deputies said he was part of the large funeral procession. For an unknown reason, Riddell lost control near mile marker 95 and laid the motorcycle over. Dodge Caravan hit him from behind. Another motorcyclist was hit by the debris but not injured. He was pronounced dead at the scene. This is why it's important to make sure, you know, you go over to Black Dragon, he'll talk to you about all this stuff, about riding in a pack, how you're supposed to be careful. You know, I have to admit, I love the adrenaline rush when I was in the club scene. You're riding deuce and you're at a high rate of speed, but you got to have some skills to be doing that type of stuff. If you're not, you know, experienced enough, don't try it. Ride, you know, staggered, all that type of stuff. But this is just heartbreaking right here. We lost two people, one being a Patriot Guard Rider, the other one being the last survivor of the USS Arizona. There will be nobody from the Arizona that's left to tell that story. It's left up to history to tell the story. So, you know, sad state of affairs. Talking about the Patriot Guard Riders, if you guys, because I get a lot of people asking about clubs, riding clubs, and all that stuff. The Patriot Guard Riders is a good thing to get involved with. The Vagos Motorcycle Club leader Robert Wiggins lay on the casino floor staring down the barrel of a gun as two rival Hells Angels members stomped on his body. Wiggins thought he was going to die. This story is something else. And it talks about Ernesto Romeo Gonzalez. Moments later, he opened fire, killing Jeffrey Pettigrew, the man aiming a gun at Wiggins. And Romeo said he saved his life that night. There hasn't been a day that goes by he hasn't thought about him. Wiggins, now 66, recalled in a phone interview Tuesday, one day after Gonzalez and 7 other members of the Vagos were acquitted on all charges in a federal racketeering trial centered around the shooting. And again, this story is out of the Las Vegas Journal. This is one of the things that we pull from. If you look to your right, that's actually RSS feeds off of our other websites. So that's kind of how it comes into our thing through our reader and all that good stuff. But this is the case involving the acquittal. And I was saying it was freaking self-defense the whole time. And thank God the jury agreed with it. If you're over on Harley Liberty looking at this article, and it's going to talk about this bikie enforcer that has been disowned after that abuse of that 12-year-old. Anyway, the rival motorcycle clubs crossed paths that night inside the Nugget Hotel Casino in Sparks during Street Vibration, an annual motorcycle festival around 11:30, and again the video captured by casino security. And that's one thing I don't understand is they have all the video in front of them. How can they even let this go on through trial? But hey, again, they got the acquittals. That means they can't be messed with again. But there's other guys on trial, so we're going to be following that story as well with the Vagos, and hopefully them guys get off as well. If Romeo was a police officer, there would have been a parade for him, Wiggins said. And this is so true, so true. Again, go over to my other channel you actually see here. They're the Ravens of the Lunatic, I'm calling that channel. And you'll actually hear my opinions on it, where I don't have to stay within the guidelines of the damn thing. But anyway, the whole time, you know, it's funny, the video I just did over on that channel, Motorcyclists and Bikers Deserve to be Profiled, basically, as I talked in the video, meaning, so don't get this mixed up, if you're not in the fight for motorcycle profiling, then what gives you the right to bitch about being profiled? Every biker should be a member of MRF, Motorcycle Riders Foundation, and ABATE. If nothing else, at least your dues money goes to the fight. You know, you can say that you're helping the fight motorcycle profiling, motorcycle club profiling, because it's just not motorcycle clubs, it's everybody. So go on that channel, you'll get my true opinions, and I'll actually go through a little of our policies that I got to follow through the FCC. At the time of the death, Pettigrew was president of the Hells Angels chapter in San Jose. Pettigrew really needed to be stopped that night, Wiggins said this week. He shot 2 people and he was on the prowl looking to kill someone else. Now, you know, I got some comments, and this is why some of the times I get upset with supporters, because it's not the club members that do it, it's the supporters who do it. They were effing this guy, effing the club. You know, you guys are actually keeping the crap going with your mouths. You really are, over the internet, you know, this club this club that. And as of now, if you're bashing on clubs, you know, specific, I don't care if you do it in general. That's your right. You know, I really believe I don't try to censor stuff. But if you're bashing on clubs, you know, this club sucks, this, you're not, it's gone. I'm just not going to deal with supporters doing that no more. If you want to have, a voice in something, go join a damn club, man. But you're not going to use our platform to bang on people. Anyway, here's some of our policies regarding topic selection, research, editing, correction policy. Some of our sources include motorcycle clubs themselves. That's confidential stuff. We do not release our contacts, but we do talk to clubs. Wire services, some of the well-known ones we use are Associated Press, Reuters. We answer questions from our audience whenever you want. Research, we do go through all our research available for statements based on facts. Like, I got the Williston Herald with their crap, you know. You got to confront MSN and fact check them and stuff, and that's what we try to do. If supporting material shows that a statement is accurate, we drop it and move on to something else, blah, blah, blah. Editing our own personal opinion pieces. This is me. As we go through a story line by line and word by word, and then, of course, the correction policy. But you can see an in-depth of what we actually do through our policies here at Insane Throttle Publications. Wasn't that news at the beginning just freaking awesome, man? You know, that case moving forward for that lady that, you know, oh my God, I just cannot imagine that crash, man. I just can't imagine it. But it moving forward is just, that's just great news. The little guy don't have to suffer on this one. And we'll keep you updated as, you know what, actually, if you go see Chris's site, you know what? He is on the forefront of this, making sure it gets reported. He does a lot of this stuff on him. They call him Biker Dad for a reason. He's a reporter that reports on the scene. All the positives, man. You're talking about a positive guy. Chris is a positive guy. Get over there and check him out. Also, what do you guys think of the CEO, Matt Leviticich, getting thrown out on his butt? That's good stuff, man. I'm telling you, I can't lie. It's great. I've been hoping for something like this. But I would ask you guys to say a prayer for that Patriot Guard Rider, but especially our last surviving USS Arizona. Wow, just history gone, but anyway, you guys get over on my other channel, and you guys are going to start seeing a lot going on there. I got a very, very special thing coming on. I interviewed the Moose Riders. That way you guys can get some insight into them. A great organization. You got to be a member of the Moose, and they got a lot of great guys. But I'm editing that video up as we speak, so that'll be coming down soon. It'll be dropping. So make sure to share us around. Get over and kick all our platforms, all that nice stuff. Don't forget, we got a new episode 15, boy. We got a lot of good stuff over on that one. You're gonna love the music playing. Until then, I'll talk to you guys next time. You guys be good. Well, not so good. And don't forget, save the pink taco.